Welcome back, everybody. Kenny Smyson here. I do put out Starfield content every week, so be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And today I'm going to have fun with building the smallest ship possible, and there's going to be three different kind of styles I pull this off with. And it's kind of based on having, let's see, you have to have a bay, you have to have a cockpit, and you have to have HAB, and obviously a few other things. But as far as the parts of your ship that your character would be walking around in, that's what you're looking at. So we're going to start with this one. Now I already did buy a ship that had, or I modified the Frontier. This is technically the Frontier. And I snagged this Overseer bridge. So in this one, you have your HAB at ground level with your cockpit directly above. The next one, let's see, we're going to do a single streamline design. Let's see, the question is do I want to do, yeah, I'm going to do that one as a Deimos. So this will be a Nova Galactic. Yeah. Oh, no, we're going to do this one as a Stroud. So we're going to go down to our Stroud cockpit. We'll just snag this sucker here. But we do need our HAB right in the middle. Okay. So in this case, you have a nice single story ship where everything's all one level. And then finally, we'll have our Deimos. And then you need your cockpit for that. Oh. Okay, so that gives us our three various designs. Because the only other thing you could potentially do is maybe have a... Oh, actually that won't work with that particular cockpit, but you could switch it around so the bay's up front, but then the resulting look of most of the variations I tried on that just kind of made it look like a miniature Frontier. And so we're trying to go with something that, with each of these, just looks different. So let's go ahead and focus on this guy over here. We need our landing gear. Now this is Hope Tech except for the landing bay, and it's really annoying. This is why I'm looking forward to mods, assuming it's not out there yet. But you can't flip this bay around. I love this bay because it has hard points on the side, but you can't flip it. So we're just going to go with the Teo for now. Anyways, let's go ahead and get our gear on. We're going to go with Hope Tech gear here. And the rear, let's see. Let's go ahead and start with this one. Thankfully, it doesn't matter functionally which of those two you do. Alright, so we've got cockpit, HAB, Docker. Docker, we need our Docker. Now, I'm not too big of a fan of the front Docker personally, but I'm just going to go ahead and roll with it because it is the Hope Tech one. And it does fit pretty flush with that. So it's got a nice, decent look to it. Decent look. Okay. Alright, so we've got our bay, got our, don't need cargo, got our cockpit, got our Docker. We do need our engines, our grav drive, and our reactor. So let's go ahead and do reactor next. The reason I like to do that is because aesthetically the grav drive kind of oftentimes has like a rearmost look to it, which I really like these ones here. But I do wish you could flip them. Like, why can't you? That would be pretty sweet, flipped forward on designs of certain ships. Oh, you know what though? No, okay, I can't do that because we need... Okay. Yep. We need to have our engines. So the tricky thing though is getting these guys on here. Oh, they do snap in there. If they didn't, if they were clipping in this, what you could do is select it. I call it the flip glitch. It's a well-known little glitch. So let's say it wasn't snapping. You select it, you flip it, but don't move it. Then you put something on there. Reselect it and reflip it. And that's how you can get it on there. But thankfully we don't need to do that with this right now. Okay, so and then we need, let's see, let's go down the list. We got our bay, got our cockpit, Docker, engines, we need fuel tanks. We're probably going to go, let's see, think it would be pretty clean to have... I love these ones here, personally. I'm a big fan of these. In fact, I might... Yep, so watch this. Flip it off. Take this, put it on, select it, and flip it. Done. Just like that. Okay, we're going to do the same thing over here. Select it, flip it. Done. So that's really coming together. I like how the landing bay is really kind of tucked in there. Almost kind of makes it seem like it's a little safer. So we've got our fuel tanks, we've got our gear, we've got a grab drive, we've got a hab, got a reactor. Now we need is our shield. Of course, I always like to go, typically like to go with the these low profile ones, but in the interest of being cheap, you could just stick that up there for now, because you need a class B for those thin ones. So that's just the general look of it. Obviously you can put your weapons on. You've got a hard point there, you've got a hard point there, and you've got two up top here. If you wanted more weapons, you could always put fuel tanks back here and put some structural hard points right there to get more weapons on the side. In fact, you don't even need to do that. You've got your hard point right there. So let's do this. And that makes it look like a boat. That's actually a pretty cool look. Let's see, where's our fuel tanks? Let's put our fuel tanks right next to the engines. I mean, that just perfect, right? It's not at all safety compliant issue. But that's awesome. I like the look of that one. Alright, next up we're going to have a little fun with this guy. Let's scoot her back a little bit. So this is a nice streamlined design. Question is what are we going to do for our gear on this one? So that's our Deimos. We're going to rock that over on the actual Deimos. We've already got our Hope Tech. So we pretty much have to go with ground level unless we get our reactor, which obviously has to go up top. Yeah, let's go ahead and put our reactor up here. And get our drive. We'll go ahead and go with this one here, because I don't think... Now with this one, because the hab is down low, we can get our docker on the bottom. This slim one here, and then you flip it and get it down there. There we go. I do like that slim docker for that very reason. Kind of keeps it out of the way, and with some ship designs you don't really want some crazy extravagant thing. Okay, so actually I'm gonna switch that up. Oh, see, I like that. That's got the hard point on the side, but that one doesn't. Yeah, sometimes when you try to stick with the company brand, like I tend to have a little OCD reason to do so, it kind of throws me off a little bit. Because I think you can put landing gear right there on that hard point. Let's test that out. Let's go with the Nova Galactic. Can you? Yeah. Yeah, so I think what we're going to do is this. Nope. Let's just move this off. Alright, so this will be our Deimos one here. There we go. Oh. Because that's the two-story landing gear, so you need that right there. And we'll deal with that later. Okay, so back to one story. I mean, our only option with this one's going to be the Teo. Or Hope Tech, but we'll go ahead and go with Teo to something a little different than the Hope Tech over there. So we've got a hard point there, we've got one right up on top there, one down below. It's tricky with that one because that bulge down here at the bottom sits so low, but there is that really flat missile launcher that tends to work really well there. Alright, now we've got our mid. rear. Okay, landing gear. Alright. So this one we've got our bay. So make sure we got our bay, we got our cockpit, got our docker on the bottom. Engines not yet, so we do need our engines on there. So again, have to go away from that grav drive. That's too bad. I really love the look of that one. But let's do something a little different with this one. For engines, we'll go oh, that's tempting. Just right off the back there. Yeah, can do that. Of course, smallest doesn't necessarily mean dimensionally smallest, but certainly smallest amount of pieces. Okay, so, alright, bay, cockpit, docker, engines, fuel tanks. We need our fuel tanks. Okay. So this one we can go ahead and rock with these guys then. Except we're not going to want to put it here because we have our weapon hardpoint. There's no weapon hardpoint on this rear one. So we'll do our... Oh no, what is that? Oh, maybe it'll work. I didn't realize that one flipped into it like that. It's good to know. Okay. That's so funny. Oh, oops. Okay. Alright, and flip you back. Okay, cool, cool, cool. That's got a good look to it. Alright, so fuel tank, engines, gear, grav drive, hab, reactor, and shield. And pretty much all of these designs, and it ends up just having the shield right there up top. Obviously this thing wouldn't fly, but that makes it look a lot better. Actually, probably place it there. Yeah. Okay. And then finally this guy here. So we're going to look at our landing gear. Let's get those guys on here. Okay. Got our weapon hardpoints there. I wonder if you could put a plate there and actually put a weapon on it. You probably could. Oh, let's double check our weapon. Yeah, I guess you got 4 hard points on that one. Okay. So now we need our reactor, grav drive. Okay, so this one we can definitely do that grav drive I like, because we have our spot for engines right there. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Just not a fan of those ones. But I don't think we have much option here. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and go with that. Because we actually have to do the, I think... Yeah, we're going to have to do a docker on top anyway, so this ship is going to kind of stick up a tad. See, even this one ends up looking like starting to look a little much like the Frontier, the way it's designed. The only difference is the landing bay going to the back. But, let's see, where's our Stroud? Our Stroud docker here. Oh. Well, we're going to have to go... Deimos... That's a Teo. Does that stick up above that? I don't think it will. Oh! Oh no, it's definitely below. Okay. So my options are the Nova Galactic or the Deimos. Let's go and go with the Deimos here. And obviously, I don't have any structure on these ships, right? It's kind of the idea. But what I could do, there we go. See, kind of breaks that up a bit. So you would have We've got 2 weapons down here. Could even put one there. And you can even put some here by putting your hard points on. So that kind of gives you an idea of what you're able to accomplish. I mean, they obviously are all going to be somewhat similar looking, but there's definitely some variety there. So, which one of these is your guys' favorite? Or do they all just look like shit? Let me know in the comments below. Alright folks, take care, and I will see you in the Starfield.